Okay, today we are going to go through how to use the import feature in QuickBooks Online to update your products and services. There are three that we are going to change today. We're going to take this design, this concrete, and this pump item, and all we want to do is update the sales prices. So the sales price is going to go from 75 to 150, from 0 to 50, and the pump's going to go from $15 to $25. Nothing else is going to change. So let's get at it. You can start by going to the gear icon and going to import data. You're going to import products and services. I would suggest that you download a sample file and then you edit your information into the sample file. So that will look something like this. It has all of the fields that are normally available to be filled out when you are creating a product or a service item. So this is what I would start as your template. Make sure that you're filling out whatever you're going to change using this header up on the top here. I have created a new one where I am changing the design, the concrete, and the pump items. Notice that I don't have everything filled out. The only ones you need are your name, what type of item it is, my new sales rate, because that's the only thing that we want to change, and if it's an inventory item, you need a quantity on hand. I've not tried this with a negative quantity on hand, so I'm not sure if those would work or not. So with the design, notice that it says design twice, and with concrete it's got design and fountains, same with pump. So what we have going on here is we have categories set up within the products and services list. And we even have a subcategory of a category. So for design, we have a design category, and then we actually have the design item, which is underneath the design category. For the concrete item, we have a design category, a subcategory of that of fountains as another category, and then concrete is the item. And the same thing for the pump. So all you're going to do if you have categories and or subcategories set up is put those into your product service name and just separate everything by a colon. You're kind of doing the hierarchy down. You know, we have an overall design category, colon, it's the fountains category underneath that, colon, it is the concrete item that I want to change. You need to get this perfect to match what it says in QuickBooks Online. Otherwise, instead of changing the thing you want to change, you're going to add an entirely new item, which is not what we're going for here. So once you have your spreadsheet all set up the way you want, you browse and you select the file, and then it shows you how it's going to map it. Notice we've got the green check marks here. That just means that those columns are the ones that have information in them. So if I go next here again, now we have my three things I am going to import. I have my design, my concrete, and my pump items. The types all match what's currently in QuickBooks. We have a new rate. Notice we have some other things that it didn't fill out, like if it's taxable, the income account, things like that. That's because QuickBooks has already identified, hey, these exist in QBO. We're just going to pull those in case you want to change that right now anyway, because those are all drop-down items anyway. The last thing we're going to do before we import is we're going to check this little box here to overwrite all values for each product or service that you import with the identical name. This can't be undone. So if you bring it in and it was wrong, you can't roll back and say, oh, nope, I want a do-over on this. So once you're done, you click import. It'll say it's successfully imported. Now if I go back out to my products and services, we can see that we have 150 for my sales price, 50 for my sales price, and 25. And with the pump especially, notice that nothing else changed. Same quantity on hand, same cost. So that's how you use the import function in QBO to update your products and services list rather than just add to your products and services list.